You should.
All right, guys, I think we are finally back in action. Okay, game number one, the victory. Yes, the victor is none other than Reese Eminence after their intense, aggressive gameplay. This is coming from the side of Reese Eminence and well played from the side of Garden of Babylon. So let's see in this game number two, we might get the chance to witness game number three because it is quite rare for me to get the chance to cast, especially when it comes to getting the opportunity to cast again in Mizo. So this is more like a bilingual, but still, if there's my comfort language that is Mizo language to cast, I would like to cast as much as possible as well. So, Garden of Babylon, you know the drill. You need to win this game at any cost and take us to game number three. But at the same time, Risk Eminence, you know the drill as well. You can't afford to lose this game because you need to show your dominance. You show your dominance at game number one. You need to show your dominance again in game number two in the 2-0 clean sweep. As already mentioned, Reese Eminence are getting the lead of 1-0 against Garden of Babylon. The fight is really interesting in the previous game, but truth be told, Garden of Babylon, the way they were playing just so passive. They were not getting enough confidence into their side. Like the third turtle. Let's just go back to the third turtle, particularly during those third turtle fight. They could grab the chance to win the turtle fight also. What if they just play a little bit, just a little bit, okay guys? Just a little bit aggressive, and then even if they do not secure the turtle, what if they just go for the backliners, kill their backliners, go for like a 1-for-2 trade, that is trading out the turtle in exchange of securing a kills against their true backliner. At least something like that, okay? Even a frontliner works well. They need to make those kind of trade, but they do not do it. They just play it so passive, waiting for some miracle to happen, which happens in this new movie only. So, Garden of Babylon, they need to gear try out some new tactic. But the Hayabusa, this kind of tactic, I do not fancy that much, especially when there's a Hilda. Even if a Kufra is there, Kufra won't be enough to protect you alone, especially when the Zetian is there, because she's going to clear the waves just so fast. And once the wave is being cleared, they are going to go straight into their jungle. Even Lopar with the Guinevere is there. I like the fact that a Hayabusa is being picked out by the side of Team Garden of Babylon, but Risk Eminence would drop when it comes to the drafting. Uh, I'm not so sure about this one. Jolimio with the Kadita going to have a disadvantage when it comes to clearing the mid lane. But when it comes to the fight, the way they make their skirmishes, it depends on the player, how they can outplay each other. This doesn't look so good when it comes to drafting from the side of Team Garden of Babylon. And in the last pick, oh, Kane with the Martis EXP. NT, thank you so much for this kind of gameplay that you show us in the RNG Cup. But come on, oh my gosh, we are seeing everywhere the Martis EXP. I do heard that from our really good EXP laner. I get the chance to talk with some of them and get the chance to hear from those players who share the news. Oh, they told me that Martis is really good in the XP lane because there is no hero that can, in the current meta of EXP lane, there is no hero that can literally win against Martis. That is what they are saying. And when it comes to team fight, we know how much effective he can be. So let's see how the game carries us on. And look at this new loading animation, uh, loading screen UI. I mean, I love this loading screen UI so much. I have seen lots of people on the Facebook, Instagram, or even in WhatsApp talking about the UI is so cartoon, the UI is so bad, and all these things. No, this is a good job, a well-maintained uh, UI. I love it so much, but I don't know how others are thinking, but that's what I'm thinking. But for now, keeping all this aside for now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn as we are watching MZU Virthli 2026 in the Mobile Legends 5v5 category. As already mentioned in this MZU Virthli, it is not just a single event, it is a multiple events where different type of esport games such as BGMI, eFootball are even included, and on top of that, even some PC games, Xbox, etc., are there to be played. And on top of that, as already mentioned multiple times, it is an event. A multiple events where we get the chance to witness things such as a model runway, guys, a model runway. Even those decoding stuff and all for those who are really interested in coding stuff and all. So lots of things are to be said. So do check out the MZU Virthli Instagram page. Oh, that is one early phase. Ano doon ha? Kanso ito kan Hilda. Hilda is going to be so annoying, but wait, rather than being annoying Hilda, if Flicker is being forced out in the Hilda already, and wait, Garden of Babylon, I was so skeptical about their lineup. It doesn't look so bad after all, as Hilda is literally being zoned out so well. There's no way Riz Eminence can do much about this invasion that they try to attempt. But so far, I think the invasion is alright because they get the chance to secure one of the small camp, allowing Nox to be delayed a little bit. And the small camp, he won't get the chance to secure it, but still, he get the gold crab, which is going to help him secure a few golds. This one, Guinevere Bika, small camp, alam still sa kavangin, hey, red buff din latit. Yung level 4, level 5 line, may kanidona, haybusa laka, advantage na idona. And for now, haybusa to reach level 4, he needs to steal one of these small camp, and that is the perfect trap for his Eminence as Curry Fall. You beat me in your jungle area, here's my chance to beat you all. And Nox literally start running away. I mean, what else can he do, right? What else can he do? He's going to get 30% extra damage in the jungle area of their opponent's side, and on top of that, he is a Hayabusa. He doesn't get his ultimate skill yet. But look at that. Theory of the Phoenix sa Mangala. Curve falls in backline of Loot. K na siyang flicker. Zongzog and decimation. First blood falls. The Rise Eminence taking another lead. Even the first turtle is being secured to their side. And Kane managed to secure the blue buff as well. Good job from the side of Rise Eminence. Again, Garden of Babylon. Kansoy to kan drop lama kan an fuel de shit lak me kaka an weak point kan ni kan tilo tayo falling god extend sun som tayo na ble heta Jolly Josh and targeting ang tilo me oh wait, I just noticed there's Jolly Josh and Jolly Mio. I like the IGN, by the way. Jolly Josh, Jolly Mio. This one bot lane am kan suk en Velezoy nga carry le Vainglory hingen ti kan suk check out nga an ni ko chon lung len tlang ni chu hanin pok bakom lawa san chu marksman beven ya chu ti te ba hanin pok le hanin hey force bakharem sang lo chen kha lo tam vele bok ne. This one hey invasion dang kan hule don nge mo Hilda going for another invasion and playing so aggressive. I do not like the way how team Riz Eminence are playing. I mean, what I meant to say is that when I say I do not say their gameplay is bad or anything, but they are just so aggressive, and it is giving a hard time for Garden of Babylon to do anything. This is going to be really hectic for the side of Garden of Babylon. See, Hilda, she would literally dive in. And if you try to burst out the Hilda, she will use her skills one, which will allow her to speed up, and there's no way you could catch her. And on top of that, if you think you are about to burst her out, she will go inside the bush, regenerate some of her HP, she will get her shield, and if you think that you can just ignore the Hilda, no, her damage is quite insane here. This one, Frit na isun Velen, Hal Fury of the Phoenix and more falling god at damage. Double Velen, wala na wave, kan ba tayo doon? Although the skills combination lands so well, the flicker, the right time flicker from Meow Meow. Oh, it's Meow, only Meow. It was impressive. 1-0 leading point. Aning halta there, may turtle don't jang second reload. Yes, mondo na son eta. Ola pula puchang previous work and who computer here and kills category tay don le. Low for in wide open ama said decimation te zong zong te pang kumnuwa. So di tay bagom to low kin flicker ko bole. Fokin ti kan kills kat low grabel vel. It's a 2-0 when it comes to the killing, and especially Ken securing all the possible kills in this game so far. 4 minutes of the game and we see a total of 2 kills only. Turtle spawn, let's see how the management is going to be made. But for now, let's look at bot lane here, Vainglory and Fallen God. They are playing quite passive because we do know that both the marksmen depends really so much on their item. And at the meantime, Kane again getting all the spotlight. Who say that the XP lane role is boring when you use the Martis, you clear the lane fast, you can push turret, and on top of that, in a team fight, you are a beast here. Jolly Josh wanted to make the engagement so much, but look at the heroes. If you manage to get the chance to hit on a Moskov, he will blink away even though you get the bouncing ball. Oh, Careful! Beautiful dives in with the flicker, but the Fury of the Phoenix man. Mio, low survive Suntom Velen. Hala, heta moil to main knock up, but he got CC in exchange of all those kills. Heta, kung bomboy to kan Suntom Velen. Hala, masen knocks and low for low kills Suntom Velen. Kane, decimation is being activated. He wants to go deeper. He wants to go for more kills. Vainglory and free hit night. Fallen God and kills Suntom Velen. The Fallen God has been slain by Vainglory, going for the thought of try again, and it doesn't look so good on the side of Garden of Babylon again. And oh my God, Riz Eminence, I thought for a moment that they are going to lose the fight, but no, not at all. Nah, they find ways and get back into the game with a 5-3 and a true leading point when it comes to the kill and a gold lead of almost 3,000. We can call it 3,000, but if we do the math perfectly, oh, it's 3,000 just now. No, 2,900. I just argue myself and I lost. Top lane lam kanin Sunzong Vele. Hala nga, Vainglory. Free space na niya. Farming space due to summon Sunzong Vele. Oh! What was that? Oh, wait. That was a safe retribution. Because the turtle is going to spawn around 40 seconds here. Nothing much they can do. And at the same time, this is the way you could see. Oh, wait. Please. Not a Thunderbelt on Kupra. Hilda, we can understand because they are leading the game. And on top of that, she can use it well in this lineup. But Kubra with the Thunderbelt, oh no, Jolly Josh. The set is always so perfect, but how will he sustain against this kind of composition? But let's see here how he's going to turn things around here. Bouncing ball, Tyrant Range, Law, Functions of Velen. Hala, advertising Zola, Jolly Vio, due to some fleeting time. Guinevere, fleeting time, ladies and gentlemen. Guinevere, fleeting time. It shocked me. Bo, mình chong li tu kaka chuan. Karin lau lam de. Guinevere, fleeting time tu na kang kan what is on Vainglory changin. Oh, golden stuff. Lau na ibil belet. But siya may boka ti katsuan. Both teams lam de chang chuan play ma passive de wa kill katsu. To li tuk don what team fight for not po kan humait here Fury of the Phoenix lam hang sun Vel Halkane ready to make one good move, but right now they can't make the move as they are still fighting the turtle, and it is going to be a handicapped team fight. And while they were busy, Vainglory does the job by securing freely clear the lanes, and oh, Vainglory will he survive? He does have the flicker, use the basal worker to freely dodge out all those skirmishes. And right now, Lofar and his team are on the track again here. Knock-up does land, but right now, Curryfall wants to dive in. The rough wave is still valid. Jolly George, he still got his Tyrant Range and Revenge to blow it out. Rough wave can hold Sunzong Velanghal. Backline access, and it's Sunzong Velanghal. Masay Lofar, ama at so no, kami bika kasan numbers, Zaulo hita computer hero, Changin, Bravest Warrior, more form than and activate Sunzong Velanghal. Allow fight, allow slash na sama. Say, apoy mo bear kills and then tail to ma anin burst down sa low to because 5-3 and it is a well-maintained game coming from both the parties. Nox getting and White opening at Lopar with he dives in one more time. That's a quick glimpse and oh, Curie falls and low sat may to because a low luta wilderness of the blessing and low to veiling. How to say may Lopar to because oh, shadow kill, will it lands the shadow kill? It turns out to be a shadow strike at the end. 5-3 and goal difference is getting higher and higher for the side of Team Riz Eminence. Team Garden of Babylon have to try something real quick, or else this is going to be game over for them real sweet. Game so mon talabiro te ya nox 10 ano tila silang Jolly Josh mong sangin kaldona anin spot to Vele at siya may tunbekson Jolly Josh and Tyrant Range na pagmark sunzong Vele hat na bang mayam ase at tinsong kami channeling tung a radio bang kan tunbekson dive low po na may tiya and there nang kupra biki first skill si Tyrant Range biki hey charge vet it yang hi mi charge hi nga ngai lum vat khata han di deu pup hal mai se and let's go back to the itemization. These are the items for this game so far, and as we can see, Moscow go for the golden stuff first. Again, fallen gold. I'm not sure why he goes with the rose gold always so early. Like if fallen god heta violent victim nen lo lok sun zom leta zo kan ni hit this one Fury of the Phoenix counter engagement moi to kan mo Jolly Josh a wide open vele ha Jolly Josh HP lo to big tan the vicious sustain theum lo nok san a shadow kill len thei mai lo killa this one mega killing streak ken chang kan bu double kill lo len sun zom vele hal will he dives in no for Vainglory it is just so risky, and at the same time top lane Holy Guard being burst out. If they secure the Lord, there's a high chance that they could finally end the game. Even the bot lane inhibitor structure, the golden shield is being exploded already here. To Sunbit lane, hiyan defend 2 pa nga na don't know. Bukat so Sunbit lane lang po yung anti-pok tay may mo. Bot lane is wide open. Computer hero, he does have the bravest warrior. Will he dives in just to clear the minions? Of course, you need to dive in and clear those minions. Curry fall. Will he fall? He needs to fall. A fall Zaulo lito. Curry fall. He ain't he should change his name to can't fall. It is not Curry fall anymore. It is can't fall. He just can't fall. Mom. And by the way, talking back to the itemization, guys. Carry with the rose gold, it is not so good, guys. Like, who is going to burst you? There's a Zetian, there's a Guinevere. You've got to purify. You could literally purify yourself from all those combos. That is why you take the Purify. What if you go for a Flicker and you use Flicker for engagement? Then it is understandable. They are not getting the damage. If he wants to sustain rather than this course on site, what if he goes for item like Demon Hunter Sword with a Fighter Emblem, right? He can literally regenerate everything with the help of his Light Wheel. He would regenerate himself. He get the Purify. But no, he get the Rose Gold again. He's afraid to die so much. Maybe that is why they are not getting enough damage for now. But still, the fight might extend real soon. Tidal Revenge does land on Kane. But it's Kane. He can immune everything literally here. This one hit out. Mỗi tục mấy nè sau đi lục lên xuống dòng về hal Josh and Romer Bern lâu đắp xuống dòng về hal Curry for loot chắc lệ phía qua tụi biết ta chọn falling gota like feeling force về hal halat ikat chuan one good push can end the game na chance team Rise Eminence lam ten lo ne về lên chia maya. And as we talk about, the itemization does matter. Even the drop matter. I think Garden of Babylon, when it comes to the micro, that is also known as the way they are using their hero, it is perfect. This is very good. But they need to work a little bit harder on their itemization and their drop because the players are just so good. They just need a good coaching, man. Or maybe a deep analysis on their game particularly. But for now, the Lord does enter into their crystal. I mean, inside their base here. Wait, no one is engaging. Carifol wants to make the plays again here. But it is not a 1v5 situation. It is not a 1v5 moment. Carifol, he can't fall. That is what we are talking about here. Falling God needs those items. He got the golden staff down. Hita. Mo yun itong may rough wave na low connections of Bellingham. Kasi doon sa amin damage. And tuwang lang kita. Vainglory and mo yun itong may low stands of Bellingham. Opening na Chalevio. Masake na siyang gold like killing streak. Alaw na Turkan Hudson of Bellingham. And it is going to be legendary killing streak. Followed with a double kill. And it is a 12-4 from the side of Team Reese Eminence. And we were talking about the dominance in game number 1, and in this game number 2, this is pure dominance coming from the side of Reese Eminence here. Nox dance around tumle. Kaya may opening to na ngay. May mo yung tukmain tumbi ka kasan kwa shadow combo ne nabaluta. Masi ay mo yung Vainglorian lo kill sun zombie. I'll defend to sa samyin hero nam to siya Curry fall. Finally he can fall if he dives inside those fountain. This one Vainglory free hit na ile sir may target ng nito lo Crystal Tank to target na base Jolly Josh and low target sunzo velen hal this one hero po mo MMA kay natubi ka shut and shut down velen siya kami shut down goal ninkan will Garden of Babylon able to cope up things out like they managed to secure a kill and that is also a shutdown kill. That is really good. But do keep in mind Vainglory already completed his Trinity again. Panis to the rebound. Han soy le chin tamay may tela Garden of Babylon nam po. Hey, kan soy tong kan un damage dealer to te chak damage to sam kat mo si alawa. This one un damage absorb tutor ihan tibele siam tela la pute kupra chang. Oh, sat mo hoy tukan mo. What was that, guys? Kakaso out of the blues, lituk main set place and now siyam sundong Garden of Babylon. No one was expecting that. Reese Eminence, they are a little bit fall behind. They are apart, and at the same time, the Lord is going to fall into the side of Team Garden of Babylon here. Kainan daw kill sundong veling. Hala hita free hit na but what else can they do as Vainglory goes straight into the crystal, bars it down. Lapu Lapu is there, but what can Lapu Lapu do against a Moscow which is fully equipped with his item? GG's plays coming from the side of Reese Eminence, and on the side of Garden Babylon, you did it so great, but as already mentioned, kan soy tuanghan damage dealer then damage do to saman nei law chung tiang vekin un damage nei dan turang takin anin build chuak law this one un damage dealer ni lem law send back to damage receive to then thunder belt and pakanin hunter strike le warak semi bika takian Garden of Babylon lamte a player zong in an chasiya amayro to undrafting de an itemization bika improve ngay na sa donde ulit kan ang po sa Garden of Babylon nam chang pon game po nam tak minam huwa kan bitte at lay langa an do to sam takin drop in item po han build sia lo mase a game chunga mo nam takin minaw entertain wang lom to kan also taday nga so ti rolling stage sang zelte tiang adit swan lakheng thau vele zel don ani po eng mon to workout ang idol ni. And with that being said, guys, that is all for tonight. Match number 1 between Team Reese Eminence and Team Garden of Babylon. We see how interesting the match was, but but for now we have to go to match number 2, which is going to be Team SLF going up against Team Megatron Esports. See you again very soon with our English caster.
Man tlom si quality cha si thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka anni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei song kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha share lot to ka jersey chang chang khan lo a khoina sala to kani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir nga lamo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tuna mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chuan hei mizo creator fest an ti te han hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chuan in hei hetiang dora kan tar lo ang chi te po kha an ti thei ta ni chmo tlom si tha si khan an lo siam sak don chewa chuan in tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chuan in hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chuan thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti me ang khati ang kha ni ta hei po fel fai de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta leather thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang te po khan an nei chala to kan ni chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tuikwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka anni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei song kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha share lot to ka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala to kani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir nga lamo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tuna mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chuan hei mizo creator fest an ti te han hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chuan in hei hetiang dora kan tar lo ang chi te po kha an ti thei ta ni chmo tlom si tha si khan an lo siam sak don chewa chuan in tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim chewa mu nom tham ema chuan in hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chuan thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti me ang khati ang kha ni ta hei po fel fai de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta leather thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang te po khan an nei chala to kani chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tuikwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka anni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei song kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha share lot to ka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala to kani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir nga lamo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tuna mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chuan hei mizo creator fest an ti te han hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chuan in hei hetiang dora kan tar lo ang chi te po kha an ti thei ta ni chmo tlom si tha si khan an lo siam sak don chewa chuan in tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim chewa mu nom tham ema chuan in hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chuan thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti mayang khati ang kha ni ta hei po verify de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chokbo tu na mi ang hen an print ta letter thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khanan lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang ate po khanan nei chala to kan ni chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tui kwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hian in click print ta ko omni ka an ni hian in hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong zong kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha shat lot to ka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala to kani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tuna mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chuan hei mizo creator fest an ti te han hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chuan hei hetiang dora kan tar lo ang chi te po kha an ti thei ta ni chmo tlom si tha si khan an lo siam sak don chewa chuan tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chuan hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chuan thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti mayang khati ang kha ni ta hei po verify de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chokbo tu na mi ang hen an print ta letter thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khanan lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang ate po khanan nei chala to kani chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tui kwal south-an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hian in click print ta ko omni ka an ni hian in hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong zong kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha shat lot to ka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala to kani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tuna mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chuan hei mizo creator fest an ti te han hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chuan hei hetiang dora kan tar lo ang chi te po kha an ti thei ta ni chmo tlom si tha si khan an lo siam sak don chewa chuan tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim shim chewa mu nom tham ema chuan hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chuan thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti mayang khati ang kha ni ta hei po verify de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chokbo tu na mi ang hen an print ta letter thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khanan lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang ate po khanan nei chala to kani chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tui kwal south-an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hian in click print ta ko omni ka an ni hian in hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong zong kha chun print thei chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang fa lo tukani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha sha lo tuka jersey chang chang khan lo a khoina sala tukani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tukringot chonin aduda chon tunami 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mizo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chonin hei mizo creator fest an ti te ngani hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te Judy signage kan ti ang chi chonin hei hetiang dora kan tarlo ang chi te po kha an ti theita ni chmo tlom si thasi khan an lo siam sak don chewa chonin tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chonin hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chon thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti me ang khati ang kha ni ta hei po verify de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta leather thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang te po khan an nei chala to kan ni chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tuikwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si a thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka an ni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong zong kha chun print thei a chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang fa lo tukani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha sha lo tuka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala tukani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tukringot chonin aduda chon tunami 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mizo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chonin hei mizo creator fest an ti te ngani hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te Judy signage kan ti ang chi chonin hei hetiang dora kan tarlo ang chi te po kha an ti theita ni chmo tlom si thasi khan an lo siam sak don chewa chonin tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chonin hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chon thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti me ang khati ang kha ni ta hei po verify de winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hen ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta leather thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present ti ang te po khan an nei chala to kan ni chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tuikwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya man tlom si quality tha si a thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka an ni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong zong kha chun print thei a chu chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang fa lo tukani chu hei call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mamba ka hei a smooth ba ka khanin hei perfect fup ti ang vel kha om ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha sha lo tuka jersey chang chang khan lo khoina sala tukani chu keini pon keini MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoi lu tukringot chonin aduda chon tunami 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mizo hi chan banner hi kan ti veka hetiang a 3D ang te chonin hei mizo creator fest an ti te ngani hei nang mani khan in customize theya a eng chi te eng lo chi te Judy signage kan ti ang chi chonin hei hetiang dora kan tarlo ang chi te po kha an ti theita ni chmo tlom si thasi khan an lo siam sak don chewa chonin tunami marble emo granite ta enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chonin hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chon thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti mayang o khati ang kha nita a hi po verify da winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hin ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta a letter thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang te thil ti pui ni ti ang te ba ka kan chung kwa pek tur present yang ate po khan an nei chala to kan ni chu a print thei chi to phot ka chu an ni click print te hian an ti thei ranga an mani hi temple square tuikwal south an oma phone number kan tarla na po hen an biak thei ranga in lova bel chiang don nya mantlom si quality tha si thil print na turin du em tuna hianin click print ta ko omni ka anni hianin hei no jersey banner 3D signage 2D signage thil print thei zong kha chun print thei a chu tuna chunga lo en chinang click print hi jersey siam lama hianin an lo sang follow to kani chu hey call in ang renga hianin an mani hi an kutnu mam ba ka hey a smooth ba ka khanin hey perfect fup ti ang vel kha ve lo ba ka an mani a professional di kha shat lot to ka jersey shang khan lo khoi na sala to kani chu ke ni pon ke ni MFN women's club te po khani kan han siam tir ngala mo asan chu an kutnu kha amoy lu tuk ringot chonin adu da chon tu na mi 3D signage kan ti ang khani a banner kan ti me mi zo hi chan banner hi kan ti ve ka hetiang a 3D ang te choni hei mizo creator fest anti te ngani hei nang mani khan in customize theya eng chi te eng lo chi te 2D signage kan ti ang chi te chonin hei hetiang dora kan tarlo ang chi te po kha anti theita ni chmo tlom si thasi khan an lo siam sak don chewa chonin tunami marble emo granite enge laser engraving kan ti ang khani ta hei hi ati dan hi karon mu shim chewa mu nom tham ema I chonin hei hi kan mangai kalta te ti ang te chon thil shed reng na ta na kan hei kan punchin ti mayang o khati ang kha nita a hi po verify da winan ti theya momento ti ang te momento te po hi a customize thei ve ka momento le gpay an print dan hin ang ti ka sa chok bo tu na mi ang hen an print ta a letter thil print kan ti ang te tiang te po sial do khan an lo chwa don chewa chon no thil print kan tiang
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MZU Virthli 2026 Fest, and we are right now watching the MOBA 5v5 scene. Of course, there are other scenes as well. I mean, the Esports will have other games, as well as we have so many contests out there, beat contests, decoding contests, and many more. If you want to know more information about those contests at MZU Virthli 2026 Fest, you need to follow our Instagram handle. Search it out in the Instagram bar, and you will find our ID, and then just go through it, and all those information will be delivered there. So do subscribe our channel MEA Mizo Esports Association to get all this kind of event live stream for you all.
Now you lead the way to the next adventure.
Comment down whom you're supporting in this tournament so far, and don't forget to share the stream with your friends. It's your boy Tisei on the casting desk, and with me, the beautiful lady around me is none other than Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Back onto the desk. And today also we're having Megatron Esports game.
It looks like I just can't get enough of Megatron, I guess. But thank you for the wonderful welcome. And here we are into the
They call me a
very
hero
last game
because I
of the
saved my
round.
nation
It's
from falling
definitely
apart.
Both the teams here will be looking forward to, secure that very last clinching spot for the top 8, because that's where the entire competition really gets heated up. And right as we dive into the drafting phase for this game, the first ban itself for Megatron, we will be seeing the Baxia and the Sora getting taken out. Definitely two very good bans. Sora wasn't so necessary, I would say, but then again, with the way that he has been performing so well in terms of pick rate for the EXP lane, I believe it's quite fair here. SLF, meanwhile, they will be taken out on the Yisun Shin and Lunoff's comfort picks for Haney as well as Judas. So definitely two good bans coming out from SLF too. And maybe we do see the Yve or the Freya ban coming in from either of the teams, and maybe even the Jushin coming in from SLF.
I mean, they should ban the Jushin, because Hanny can actually play the Jushin so well. And not only Hanny, anybody into the blue side will obviously go for that Jushin pick. But at the same time, you're forgetting one of the core member of Team Megatron Esports, that is Super Aim. You need to lock him down as well. His Gatotkacha, his Kalea is kind of brutal at this point. So SLF need to think much about the draft. They went for those two bans, but they are opening a lot of things. By the way, guys, this MZU Mizoram University Virthli
See value in me?
Fest is older than the MOBA 5v5 scene itself. And you need to know, like, the MZU Student Council has been prepared it all these years. Every year they host this fest, and every year we have a lot of events. So if you are near Mizoram University, you should go and watch it out there as well. But now, two picks are coming so fast here. That is the Grok and the Parsa traded with a Jushin. Now, what will be the option for Super Aim, Sarah? Gatot, Kalea, or Hyla?
Let's see. There should definitely be something like the Gatod or the Hylos in this one. I would prefer the Hylos.
Valor and
no,
royalty
actually,
in a
would prefer the
dead
Galvanic,
body.
Sorry, because the AOG can definitely counter
Sun
how
rises
the
when I
Federer
give the
came every single
word.
time, but oh no, they decide to go in for the Khalid along with Leomord. So the Leomord can also be used for a good amount of disrupt on the Farsa ultimate, and Khalid is of course one of the best zoners available against the Grok, because you can take down the enemy marksman and mid laner every single time they try to come forward, and you can also provide so much of space to your own mid laner and goal laner.
My
That's definitely
kiss
going to be making a
grants you
difference. But
immortality.
SLF, the way they decide to counter
I've been
that is
waiting for
actually
too
going to
long.
be the Alice pick coming in from their side. They also ban out the carry, and quite possibly they will like to pick up the Claude for themselves, but they might also ban it out in the long run. Maybe the last ban could be the Claude, so that, you know, there's simply nothing to melt down that Alice.
Of course, and other than
The
the
Immortal One
Harry
chose
and
me
the
to
Freya,
vanquish
I'll
the
say, like,
shadows that
there might be
plague
a
this
chance that they
world.
will go for the Harith into the goal, Team Megatron Esports. So, but at the same time, the Khalid, my friend Malcolm always says this, like, we have this high risk, high reward kind of thing. We have been seeing the Khalid pick a lot into the MPL Indonesia as well as MPL PH nowadays into the Rome, and that's because of the high zoning capacity you told about. But the main thing is here, Alice. Like, you know, you need to counter this Alice. She'll be the one standing in the front line,
Come
and
on,
the poke
Dexter. It's our
burst. They might
showtime.
gonna go for the Claude, but no, they're banning it out. So Granger will be a chance opening for SLF at this point. Other than the Granger, Freya is opened, but I don't feel like they'll go with a Freya, as they already picked out a Parsa, and they might gonna go for something into the assassin for the jungle. So what else? A Moscow into the gold, or you can say, you can talk about the Irithel. Nowadays, Irithel,
I'm
Moscow
born with
are
talent.
the ones getting prioritized over the Harith and the Granger. What do you feel?
I mean, that is actually a very good possibility, just because of the fact that the, you know, pure marksman meta is coming back into this game. But here, let's see, what can SLF pick up as their goal laner? They already have 2 magic damage dealers, so the Harith is out of the, you know,
Good.
draft for them.
Yep.
They could go in for the Moskov, but then the Jushin and the Khalid would be too much for him to handle. So what else is actually their option? They could go in for maybe the Esmeralda. That's the choice. But oh no, we forgot about this completely, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I told about the Freya, but I think, like, I don't feel like the Freya will be the best one here, because, like, you do have a Alice, you do have a Farsa over there. A Freya, not so good, because there is a Jushin out there, and, you know, like, for the mobility, the Jushin really counters the mobility by her Lantern player. So obviously, I don't like this Freya pick here. But let's see. I mean, if they will go for a
Let
good
them play the
trade over this
hero.
Freya, then
I
they
will
might
be the
gonna
truth
seal
this
the deal
world
for them.
desperately
But now
needs.
Yuzong dragging into the action for Megatron Esports. This Farsa is not going to have a good day. I mean, if not the Gatod, then the
I am the
Yuzong
sovereign of the
to
abyss,
hinder the backline
the
and
slayer
so do
of
the-
gods.
Okay.
That's a, you know, secret trick in the book these days, because the Obsidia, once she ults and it connects onto the Freya can't even dash or use or any of the skills even a single time into the team fight, and that ult lasts for a solid 2.5 seconds, so that Freya is in for a bit of danger here. So let's see how it will actually work out in this game, because the Obsidia does need her stacks up. What?
Beatrix. Freya
Okay.
jungle?
Okay.
Is this a Freya jungle? Okay.
I mean, wow, I'd say that's like a debut in a top 16 stage in a long time. I haven't seen a Beatrix into the tournament scene for like the past 2+ years, so that is definitely very shocking for anybody right now who's watching this. But other than that, I feel like their draft is quite decent. The Beatrix does do fairly well into the laning phase against the Obsidia, and the Freya will also be saved from that Obsidia ultimate. So definitely a smart move by SLF, but let's see how well they can execute it, because Megatron is looking mighty strong in this one.
I mean, in the early phase, we obviously gonna see Megatron having more spike than the SLF's draft, but into the late, when the Freya and the Beatrix will get the scaling, they might gonna outshine the Leo mode and the Obsidian. That's what you need to wait for, but it's a big gamble you're going to do in the Land of Dawn for so far. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Land of Dawn for the game number 1 in this match number 2 between Team SLF versus Team Megatron Esports. This is round of 16, day number 4, the last day for the round of 16. Tomorrow we will not have any stream, but day after tomorrow we'll have the wild card. Let's see what will be happening in the wild card. But before that, we'll get our last team for the round of 8. Who it will be, Megatron or SLF? Both have been showing their true potential. But look at that early game aggression, wings by wings for the defense.
Definitely quite an early wings by wings coming in from the far side. Should have used it up earlier. Look at the Khalid go though, trying to get that one kill. But oh my goodness, I don't know if you've noticed this. Hello, but that's going to be an Alice into the jungle. Holy hell. Interesting play coming in here. Grok has to flicker out of that situation. Parsa will try to get the stun. Does not really land it properly onto Haney. But Beatrix is here for the damage. But what can she really do? She's just got her bombs onto the early phase. She is dealing some damage, but definitely Megatron has the sustain right here. They're going in for the invade, but they'll decide to back off eventually. Lucum comes in for the fight, definitely dealing some damage onto the Beatrix, but it looks just a friendly brawl for now. But the things are going to spice up a lot once the Alice gets her level 4.
Farsa is on a Purify. I don't know why. Like, why you went for a Purify? Is that the Yuzong's thing, or are you afraid of the Raising Sandstorm? I mean, with a Flicker, you could have easily dodge it out, but with a Purify, we know like it does take a more cooldown into the late side as well, and so do you don't have much mobility other than the wings by wings. So if it's onto the cooldown and your Purify is onto the cooldown as well, then you cannot escape the crowd control. That's the main thing. And there is the Yuzong out there. Look at the Desert Tornado coming in, targeting down Wachi here. Double Petrify comes in as well. The Yuzong goes to the Black Dragon. Alice falls down. First blood secured by the side of Megatron Esports. And need to know that before the first turtle, they grabbed up their retreat holder, so uncontested turtle.
And even in successful blue buff in Wave, I'd say that's going to be the Phantom Steed just to take down the little neutral objective, which is going to be the blue buff. So Alice without a blue, without the level 4 even. I am astonished how they even decided to pick up an Alice jungle in this meta. But let's just say that if they want to do it, then okay, we're just going to have to see how they come through with that. Because it doesn't look so good. Look at the Raging Sandstorm. It lands onto 2 people, definitely dealing a lot of damage there with the Alice. Will get thrown a proven onto 2. Beatrix misses out on the ultimate, but will get 1 kill onto Super M, onto that Khalid who didn't have his second skill. But Haney here definitely dealing some damage, poking people out. Phantom Steed will miss out. Was expecting to kind of take down the Alice in that fight, but I think she just teleported away with her first kill.
I mean, the Doraemon and Zelix, they went back at inch of health at that time. I felt like if the follow-up would have been a little bit earlier by the execution, might could have got double kill there. But at this point, let's see, SLF is playing so defensively. It's a 1-for-1 score. And into the gold and turtle, I'll say it is Megatron Esports were leading their way. But with the kills being equalized by both these sides, let's see how it goes in the mid to late phase, because I don't feel like they will go for a brawl into the early phase. But now Lantern Flare, a little bit of hindrance coming on to the Grok. He went for the tech charge, 2-man knockup. Judas falls down. There is a kill on to Lucum as well. They're going on to the Throne of the Rain, but there was a beautiful dodge coming out with this Crimson Bacon. And now the hindrance being outplayed by this Tushin there, Blood Out Use. He went back into the safer side. Lead in a very bad position, will get taunted down and gonna get down as well. A slaying happened there. Beatrix will be having the final blow.
Absolutely, and surprisingly enough, the tables have been turned, and it is Team SLF with the higher number of kills right now. Even though the goal lead is tending towards Megatron, but let's see, this turtle should be changing the course of the game quite a lot, and also directing who would be getting the major advantage mid game onwards. So we can see the Freya and the Yuzhong dealing out quite a amount of blows to each other, but for now, the river control is into the hands of Mega Any, and they are definitely trying their best. That's going to be a Purify being used up by the Farsa, and Khalid decides that he is not going to be crushing it out anymore. Alice gets the Throne of Ruin, gets the Retribution. That was a perfect tech charge coming in from Zilts onto that Grok, but they are still going in for more. And Freya is definitely going to be securing a 1v1 victory over that Yuzhong, and Yuzhong also does the same onto her with his passive.
I love the way that Alice went with the Throne of the Ruin and the Retribution. It felt like that Praises Wraith and the Retribution kind of thing, but now the Lantern player used onto the Grok, got a little bit of taunt, went back to the safer zone. Cursed Helmet will be acquired by the side of that Alice here. They'll be going onto the tier 1 of the mid. They'll secure it as soon as possible, but there is the taunt coming in. Grok getting a lot of damage onto the structure. There you go. Zelik falls down first. And now it's a time for the Alice. He using the Throne of the Ruin, but inside the tier, getting a lot of damage. Yuzhong chase down the Beatrix inside the tier, finds the kill. Forza falls down, and now the Valkyrie decent used. He went for the Sand Guard, but I don't feel like he will be surviving it. The Skimitar falls in as well, but no, super aim. He goes down with that rat coming by the Valkyrie. I mean, the Freya, of course. And it's more like a brawl we saw, but SLF will still be in the lead in the score.
Absolutely. So, Megatron Esports have managed to get their lead back up despite the kills still being into the hands of SLF. I feel like the overall objective pressure and the farm gap is into the hands of Megatron. But look at the Freya though. Oh no, the tech charge is going to be missed, but that's a little bit of a blunder coming in here because the Freya is now going to have to use up that Valkyrie's Descent just to escape. That's going to give Team Megatron a free access to that tower, and the Freya isn't even healthy enough to try and defend that tower. The Vengeance will be used up too. Super Imp does get caught out on the tower, but will manage to flicker out of that situation. Alice though comes in and gets the Throne of Ruin online, so which means the Super Imp will be taken down this time around. Haney is quite low, needs to fight it out a little better. Zephyr is going to be taken down by Haney, right? The Sky Piercer trigger is right on point. Beatrice trying to take down the Jushin, but it won't survive. Petrify onto her, she gets taken down by Judas, and now Team Megatron are still fighting it out. Lucam gets the kill onto Obanai, they're going in for more, locks onto the ultimate onto Farsa, Purify is out of there, but the two flickers just to kill her, and that's going to be a double for Lucam.
Now that this Obsidia is getting the scaling here, the damage onto her, then it's boom for the side of SLF at this moment. Because the main thing is the Freya. I mean, with the mobility, with the second skill, she have a lot of mobility, but it will get hindered by that Obsidian's ultimate. So obviously you cannot risk it out. And at that same time, I felt like they shouldn't have went for this fight because the Freya doesn't have the Vengeance. The Freya doesn't have the ultimate Valkyrie Descent at that point, and they went for the fight. They lost it out in the end. And not only the fight, but also a lot of structures. They're gonna lost it out. Take charge used here. The Khalid zoning out properly. There is the Feather Airstrike coming in. Look at the damage coming out from Annie. Mega kill secure, but now the Sand got used. It will be Doraemon getting the kill into a hand, but it will be a killing spree from Lucam as well. That is going for the engage, but will be getting slain by the Obsidian to grab up a double. And not only a double, but the Holy Shield popped up from the bot side. The Farsa is coming out to clear out the minions there. She will eventually do it so, but at the meantime, we're going to see Megatron winning the trades by taking out all those structures for the macro.
For sure here, and now Megatron has an absolute access to the entire map, and they are looking to dominate as much as they possibly can and end this game as soon as they would like to. The thing is that SLF does have quite a lot of wave clear, so they can hold out onto this game. And potentially, if they do not make any mistakes, they should be able to take something in their favor. But look at Super him into the backside, taking down Farsa all by himself. That's a lot of skills being used up just for him. Judas goes in. Look, I'm trying to take down everybody possible. Amy does manage to survive, but the backside, the huge song and the Leomord creating an absolute havoc just for Megatron to get that wipeout into their hands.
Double petrify, Phantom Steed second skill. I mean, I felt it like an implosion. For the first time, I felt it like an implosion, but it was not an implosion because there is no tech drill being there in the map at this moment. But what a kill! Okay, look at that Obsidian's play inside the tier, went back outside the map, managed to secure the kill onto the Farsa. GG, Lukam, GG, what a play it was. I felt it like it's a own test of your medicine. Like the Farsa always do this kind of thing. He escapes out of the map, and Obsidian did the same thing this time with a kill onto that Farsa there.
For sure, and look at Haney go again. He's going to get that godlike, and now all the tower shields have been busted down too. So definitely that Lord is going to be charging in with a lot of force on the bottom inhibitor, which is already at half HP. So definitely they should be able to take down 2 inhibitors from this single first Lord of the game, and that is exactly what they're eyeing for here. They're creating pressure onto the mid side, so the Lord will definitely be using up that special charge for the bottom side. Lukam tries to go in for the clear, but look at the fight going in. But the air strike is going to take down Super M in the middle of that. Alice doesn't have the ultimate any longer, and now Megatron is clapping back with the amount of damage that they're dealing right now. Zephyr is going to be taken down low and killed. That's a legendary for Haney. This is why you do not give the Jushin. Now he's going to get a double. He's going for the triple. Yu Zhong will be the one taking that kill. Obanai takes down the Lukam in the middle of it, but he's sustaining against everybody. But Haney gets a maniac to end it all. Megatron Esports leading with a 1-0.
I mean, there should be an auto ban button for this Jushin, obviously. Like, you need to clarify yourself. Whenever you're entering into a tournament scene, you need to ban that Jushin if you're falling into the red side. They banned so many heroes, they forgot this Jushin, and look at it. Annie with 1107 KDA, got a maniac, she's the carry, she's got the legendary. She's everything in this match, guys. She is the X Factor. What a game it was from Hanny. I mean, 20% turret damage, a 71% teamfight participation, and in the end, all hell to this Jushin to get the match on for Megatron Esports. We saw a little bit of spike in the early phase when we saw the scores was ahead for the side of Team SLF, but then when the Obsidia and the Jushin got the stacks, when the Jushin got the stacks into the Sky PSM, when the Obsidia got the damage into her hand, nothing was there to clarify by the side of SLF. They couldn't do anything at that point. They were getting deleted down. That even that Freya, even the Alice being a sustain, even the Grog being there, they couldn't do much, and that's the reason you cannot take a Beatrix or a Freya into the EXP. Like, a Freya into the goal works, but into the EXP, I don't feel it's a good choice. But now, second game is coming on. Megatron in a verge of getting a 2-0 clean sweep onto SLF. And SLF need to show their best game here, because this is the do-or-die set here. They really wants to be into the round of 8 at MZU Virthli 2026 Fest, and they need to show their true potential. But before that, the ban coming in, SLF, am I gonna go for those respect bans here?
Yep, we are into the drafting phase for game number 2, and I feel like the
Butterflies born by thy wish, guided by lantern's light.
SLF, even though they are the ones on the, the first pick side, but let's just say it's fine. They got kind of traumatized with that pick, and anyone would be traumatized in that situation. You get knocked up, you get killed, you get poked, your lane gets freeze. That's just how irritating
See value in me?
Jushin is. But Megatron
You should.
They'll be taking out the Fredrin, quite possibly a respect ban. They might even take out the Sora up next, along with the Grok, or maybe the Yi or Freya for themselves. But let's see what SLF bans here, though. They might ban out onto the Yi Sunshin Oliver again, and then maybe add on to the Leomord just to give, for a respect ban towards Judas.
yeah, the Leo mode was literally, I mean, good pick there for the side of Megatron at the last game. But this time, I believe they should
Come
try
and
something else.
join
But
me
last
in
time they
my
banned the
dream
Intermission as
world.
well. Okay, another respect to Hani, but still that guy can use the Kimi as well. So obviously you cannot take him down with the ban phase. You need to counter him up. Even he can use the Kadita. So do he
My
does have a
kiss
Eve into
grants
his
you
line, into his hero
immortality
pool,
or
Farsa
death.
too. So we cannot stop him out. But look at that, an Alice ban coming in, because so far I know the Alice was not so good pick for the side of SLF, but still they managed to do a great skirmish in the early phase of the game, and that's the reason we were going to see this ban onto the Alice by Megatron Esports here. They don't want to play with this game so far because they really want to finish it up as soon as possible. But now SLF third ban might be on to Judas, Ishanshin, or maybe on to Lukam's carry. Who knows? Like, if you're leaving out the carry here, there might be a chance that SLF also can go for the first pick carry. So let's see what will be the plan for SLF. Even Megatron's last ban is still open. So if they will ban the carry, then there might be a chance we're going to see another Grok first pick for SLF.
They call me a
that's quite
hero
possibility
because I
the
saved
Grok
my
did
nation from
do
falling
decently
apart.
into the previous game, except for just missing out.
Now you
on,
lead the way to the
one
next adventure.
ultimate near the bottom lane, but that's all they did. Megatron here will be showing respect towards the Alice though, and they banned out on the Alice.
Valor and royalty in a dead body.
So SLF here will be denying that Leo Mart, stealing it away from Megatron. So Megatron, what can they look for here? They could lock in their gold lane. They could definitely pick up a FEAI for themselves, and also for the mid lane they can try to get the Eve if they want to. Towards the roam, the Grok is still open, the Kalia, Garutkacha, all of those heroes wide open for them to pick up. It all comes down to strategy here. Maybe they go in for the Grok and Eve combo, or maybe they go in for something like the FEAI and Grok combo, just to secure those pairings.
Someone really wrote need Optimus Prime to defeat Megatron at this moment. That was a classic Transformer joke, I'll say.
Born
But
with
still,
talent.
this Megatron is
Sand
invincible
rises
at
when
this
I give
point.
the
And
word.
Look at that. Once
Welcome
again,
to the
Spurl
greatest
will go
mag
for the
show of all
Khalid pick.
time.
And we are going to see a Harley into the jungle. That's totally out of the syllabus kind of pick, but it's gonna work. Obviously, it's gonna work here. We have been seeing it working in other tournaments as well, so why not here at MZU Virthli 2026 Faced? But I'll say that was a little bit early kind of pick onto that Harley. Could have gone with the carry.
This time,
it's open at this point.
the
Ban
choice is
Sora.
mine.
There is the chance that SLF might will just acquire that carry for their side, but before
Light
that,
me
we're
up
going
and
for a
watch
late
the
game
world
monster here. That
burn!
is a Xavier and an Xbox coming in. I'm not so sure about this draft from SLF right now.
It's just a bit of their crazy comfort picks that they're going in for here. They're like, we just want to play our comfort heroes and we'll show you what we've got kind of mentality for them right there. But the Xavier does kind of work against the Harley in a way, but the fact
When
that
the body
Xavier
suffers,
is so immobile,
the spirit blooms.
just very risky against the oh my god, that is like the most riskiest pick against a Benedetta Harley Khalid. So I think the Xavier is a bit cooked. Hero is great, but in this draft he is just cooked at the moment. So Megatron here, they'll definitely ban out onto
Come on,
Kukra
Dexter.
here.
It's
They
our
might take out the
showtime.
Grok up next, or maybe even the Kalia if they want to, or even the Garutkacha is a possibility. We'll see. But the fact that there's an X-Borg into the EXP versus a Benedetta means that the Farraga armor will definitely not be staying up for too long into this game. Megatron Esports, meanwhile, their mid side, they could go in for a Zetian, an amazing pick against the Xavier. They could also go in for a Farsa or even the Valir if they want to.
Or even the classic Sicilian against the Xavier. But still, this Harley could have been a mid pick, who knows? Like, they're flexing it out. Hanny can go for this Harley mid and they will have something into the jungle. So all these options at this point are open. They can also, go for a Suyu jungle. It's gonna work so well with against the Fleomore and the Xavier. Even Guinevere is open at this point, so obviously, a lot of picks are open. But as Sarah mentioned about the Grok, it will be taken out because and you have a lot of mobility. You don't want that to get hindered by the Grok and the Kufra. So obviously, you need to play it safe, and you ban those options here. So right now, the high loss is open for SLF. They can come up with the Hilda as well against this Kufra, against this Khalid. And the last one is the Gatot Kacha. So three options into the roam, what they will go for. I'll feel like Gatot Kacha will be the better one because you already got the initiator, the Xavier, to give out the stunts, and now you need someone who can properly zone them out with a proper AOE kind of ultimate, like an AOG. That's what I'm saying. But at this point, this Xborg is kind of not gonna fit here against Benedetta. We're going to see a lot of lane cutting and a lot of, you know, rotation from the Benedetta, easy rotation from the Benedetta than the Xborg giving out with the team fights.
I'm bound by nothing.
Exactly so. The Xbox will actually, like, it's a double-edged sword at this point. Like, if the Xborg can
I'm
sustain
bound by
out the
nothing,
incoming damage,
be it family
then
or
he
destiny.
is a good pick. But what am I even supposed to say to this? You tell me.
I don't know.
That's three assassins, bro. Three assassins, and this Xavier is like, I would win. I don't care who you are. I am going to pick the Xavier against three assassins. Gojo Satoru mentality at its peak, man. What the hell?
And the thing is, it will be Minato Namikaze against Gojo Satoru. Oh my goodness. I need a saber here. I really need a saber for the side of SLF. That will
I
be
am the sovereign
best
of the
thing to
abyss.
see against this
My
three
mission
assassin.
is to protect
Okay,
lives.
that's cool. Quite a good pick, and they will go for this high loss. So it means the Xborg is going for the EXP, or if out of the blue, like the last game, they went for a FEAI EXP, Aleph jungle, then Xborg jungle, Leo mode EXP. I'll see a Leo mode EXP after a long time. Even me also being a Leo mode main, not even playing Leo mode EXP anymore, but still gonna see a Leo mode EXP. Maybe SLF can go for it. The last pick, Megatron. They already got three assassins into their side. What will be they going for? The fourth one! They'll go for the fourth one! It's over! It's over for the Xavier, but at this point, Optidia will be the main character here. It's for the skin, guys. Look at those skins from Megatron Esports side.
Wait. Look at Haney's spell, bro. Okay. Gushan goal lane, Harley jungle, Benedetta EXP, and Fanny mid. Have you ever seen a more wild drafts coming in from any team in India?
No, not like that. Not even from a elite leaderboard team like this. Petrify for the Gushan, Petrify for the Fanny, Petrify for the Benedetta here. And that is the thing, like super amount of the flicker. I don't know what's the plan for Megatron at this point, but if they win with this kind of draft, this will be one of the craziest games to see here. But it will be a Gojo Satoru versus Minato Namikaze. And there you go, Megatron versus SLF. Second game in which Megatron have a lead. And look at that early game aggression coming out from Super Im here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Land of Dawn. MZU Virthli 2026 Fest is here. And this is the second game you're watching out. Let's see who will have it on. If we're going for the third game, or this will be the last in the round of 16, day number 4.
Absolutely. So quite possibly the last game for this entire round altogether, so that Megatron automatically secures their slot into the top 8, unless SLF pulls off some kind of a miracle. Megatron did give them the all possible chances, I'll tell you that. But oh my god, what in the world is their draft plan? I have no idea. They even switched out roles in an important match like this. But look at Super Imbro. Bro is so chill. He is like, Alan Wade, you flicker. Bye-bye, my Gushan will kill you just a minute later. So I guess that's just... oh my god. He is going to flicker in, get that kill, also die himself. But I think that was very worth it.
Yeah, because you know the Leo mode might gonna catch you up. You don't have a flicker at that time. I mean, you're gonna use the flicker, but you might gonna fall because the Cyclone Eye was there. So obviously, like, if I'm going, I should take someone with me as well. And that was the mindset for Super Aim at that moment. Now, it will be Zephyr versus Hanny there with the Fanny. And look at that damage coming out with the Harley's hat. He goes back easily. There's just the start right now into the mid side. We're going to see another fight coming in. The dagger throws. The Khalid goes back. But now Xavier going to be targeted down easily. Doraemon falls down, as well as giving a chance for Judas to take down the turtle as well. Look at that 1v1 going in. Ferraga armor not being there. He went for that Electro. Final blow. Goes into the safer zone.
That's exactly what you know, and now Judas is going to be securing that retribution altogether. Obana is going to fall prey to all of that damage that's coming his way. Raging Sandstorm, and Judas is going to get the kill on Zale, plus Sid getting a double kill on Zephyr. Super Him finally survives that team fight with the second kill that he has. Poor Xavier, he's so scared to even move out of the tier 2. Plus look at Gushin's positioning, definitely trying to mark out the Xavier as much as possible. Doesn't get the final blow of the dagger though, so he's just going to have to back off for now.
It's more like for now the Khalid is saying, you're the strongest, hold my beer, bro. You're not the strongest anymore. It's the Khalid Habibi who is really cooking at the Land of Dawn at this moment. And 5-1 the score is. Megatron Esports really playing so well. Slither of HP will be taken out easily with that one hit. Raising Sandstorm for the defense. He went back easily. Now the only hope for SLF is that Optidy, I believe. In the late game, he might be the X factor for their side. But other than that, I don't feel anyone can give here a win for SLF with this kind of lead.
That's exactly what. It's like only 4 minutes into the game and nearly 4,000 gold lead in the hands of Megatron. So definitely SLF here is going to have to struggle quite a lot. Look at the Gushin go, trying to get some kills. That's going to be a Petrify, as well as the Dawning Light coming in all together at once. Hylos rushing in from the bottom lane just to defend his mid laner and jungler. But thankfully that's a Leo mode, so he didn't die in this case. But for how long is the question? Once the Gushin gets his Genius Wand, oh no, I don't know what Obsidia was thinking or planning or doing in that moment, but wow, bro, you should not be typing in the middle of a match.
Cook draft, and look at that. No chance for the Xbox to flew back. Oh, now Lucan will be in a dangerous position, taken down by the Leo mode here, but not going to see a contest onto the turtle. Uncontested, the macro securance coming out for the Megatron Esports at this moment. And what just happened onto the bot side? 2v1 situation. Hanny falls down there with the stun coming out by Doraemon. And onto the top, we're going to see the Electro final blow with a glorious pathway coming in. An eye for an eye is going back into the safer side, but getting stunned by that glorious pathway. Last Insanity use, doesn't have the Ferraga armor, and now will get cooked by the Harley's ultimate. There you go. The execution happened easily, and now Leo mode might not gonna get that blue buff here. Dawning Light used here for the zone. Super M waiting for the proper way to go for the Raising Sandstorm. Use the second skill to flee back. There will be a good defense for the Leo, but he will lose eventually his blue buff. There is a fight going in. Dagger, but onto that high loss. He might not gonna go for the engage here though. But so far, Megatron Esports, they're really playing so well with this kind of draft. 4 assassins, and they're onto the lead here. That is a massive lead as well, like 3k so far. They're doing so well, but now high loss. Oh my goodness, not gonna get survived with this 3-man going in. Trouble for Lucum. Wow, the way he's going with that daggers. It's really like, I felt like Late Kuzawa is playing here. But will be taken down by Zephyr. Cast a curse, guys. Cast a curse.
Absolutely insane, I would say. But Haney finally falls down. But Harley is going to immediately pick up the kill onto Obsidia all over again. And Megatron, even with this, fun draft for them, they are raining all over the map. And this Xavier, despite struggling, look at him walking into the face of death. Like, he's so fearless. He doesn't even care where he is walking. He's just like, I am gonna die, bro. What can you do to me? You can't do anything. But look at that. Retribution, Hylos, Leomord, everybody is on to Super him. And now finally, he's going to be falling down. So the double horse combination does work. Judas here, though, dealing quite some amount of damage onto them. Wall spam coming in from the Fanny as well as the Gushin, trying to deal some amount of damage, but will escape, but Fanny meanwhile will fall down. But Sid and Judas managed to pick up the kill onto Leomord as well.
It's over. At this point, it is over. But onto the top, we might gonna see the split push coming in. Look at that. An eye for an eye. Gap up the kill onto the Xavier, but falls down immediately with the tier damage coming in. Third turtle secured by Judas here. He'll be the one getting all those macro objectives for his side. But at this point, Megatron Esports are cooking with the goal lead. They have a 5k goal lead in just 7 minutes and 40 seconds of the game. And for now, I believe it's just the Obsidia. Let her get the damage. Let her get the stealing. She might gonna do something which is which is gonna take you to the third game decider. Who knows?
That's what it just might, because the late game is coming on. Obsidia will be scaling up, Xavier will be scaling up, and there is a decent amount of frontline. Oh my god, but who cares about the scaling when Lucum can burst Xavier down in one combo without even using up the ultimate properly? That is just insane amount of damage coming in from the Gushin at this point. But Sid definitely trying to deal some amount of damage as much as possible. Goes in for the leg to final blow. Raging Sandstorm combo with that ultimate. Both of those skills being used up together. Razier trying to take down Super Im, but Judas will get a double as OpenEye finishes off Super Im along with the Dawning Light for the assist. But look at Sid's positioning. So, oh no, Xavier in danger here. Gets the Petrify. Is Sid trying to go in for something more? Will have to run out from the situation. No, but no, Sid is going to finish off that kill as Judas finishes off OpenEye in that fight.
Sid, look at Sid. Just inch of health. Finds this back with the immune onto that an eye for an eye. Goes back into the safer side before he gets down. That was the moment. I mean, hiding in the bush, waiting for the perfect chance. As Xavier came up, Petrify onto him, got his kill, and then a follow-up coming out from Judas. And there you go. Megatron Esports with the lead onto the scoreboard by 12 kills and onto the goal by 7k. So this is huge. Obsidian went for the ultimate here, but gonna get a lot of damage by the Judas ultimate. There you go, Dawn of Light! Dawning Light, obviously. Hollow purple, you can say it. It smashed out Judas, but now the Fanny goes in, finds a kill onto the Xavier, comes back, gonna get the strike by the tier and falls down immediately. Raising Sandstorm coming in as well, though it doesn't have the Ferraga armor, getting a lot of damage with the Desert Tornado. And now the Electro final blow, an eye for an eye, revitalized. Look at the Mercutian, goes in, pierced down with the 12 daggers, falling them down, but will be taken down as well. Redemption being shown by the side of SLF. The Holy Shield will be taken out, but he will goes in for the Xavier. I mean, for the Obsidia will be falling down as well. That was a greedy move from Sid, I will say.
Crazy enough coming in from Megatron. They are getting the kills, but they're also giving some kills. So let's see. Talking about itemization. Oh, Obsidia actually went for the Trinity even against such a squishy draft. I mean, that is an interesting approach, but then again, the crit build is just superior for the Obsidia at the moment. At best, you can just build up onto a DHS. For the others, I think it is quite equal. Heptasi is coming in from the Khalid, and that's going to be another setup coming in from him. Gusha trying to mark down the Xavier along with the Fanny. They're going to take them down. Lots of spam coming in from the steel cables. Definitely, Harley trying to mark down Zale as well as OpenEye, but they will back off as Harley misses out onto the target. I think because the cards didn't hit onto the deadly magic, so it didn't stack up. Other than that, standard up itemization coming in from everybody, but the Xavier really needs to scale up. He really needs that Lightning Trunkian and Divine Lave if they want to make any kind of comeback into this game. But right now he only has the glowing wand. But oh no, the Lord almost took down Judas, but it's fine for now. Look at the damage coming in from the Obsidia. That's gonna be a lot onto Haney, but look at the Gushan being melted down in that fight. Lots of sustain. OpenEye will finish him off, and now the fight is going on and on as they chase down on Super M. Sid trying to mark down the backline, takes down Zephyr. Judas here targeting down the Obsidian. Will find that killer. Sid is left all alone. Fight two people, and he might just be able to escape from this, but that's a lot of damage coming in from the side of Team SLF, but they also need to back off on their own. Oh no, Judas! He needs to run.
I mean, just 2-3 stacks hit by that Xavier's ultimate, and it could have been the end game for Judas at that point. An eye for an eye. Look at the Benedetta's rotation at this point. The grab of the kill on to Zelexia. The dawning light comes into the way, but not gonna stop that Benedetta at this moment. The way she is using that an eye for an eye as an immune, it's totally, I mean, outplaying each and every members of SLF, and she's engaging a little bit late too, just because she wants those kills. That good rotation, I'll say. And at this point, these minions will grab up that inhibitor if there will not be a clearance coming out from the side of SLF. Okay, they managed to do it, so still all those base players are standing tall, but Team Megatron without a proper MM, are still on to a winning trade here. So obviously, like, they're doing so well. Even the Fanny is not doing so well, but still this Harley, this Benedetta, and even the Gushin from Lucum is going insane in this game so far.
That's exactly what. Team Megatron, they aren't leaving any open spaces for the side of SLF to even come out and farm. Right now, I think that they will be looking to freeze down onto the lanes, but the thing is, they just want to end this ASAP. So they will push down as much as possible. The bottom inhibitor should be taken down very easily this time around. Viraga armor gets absolutely bursted down. Is he gonna stay alive though? Holy 1 HP that is. Oh my god. But Sid here definitely marking down the towers as much as he possibly can. Even his basic attacks hurting so much onto Leomord. Absolutely insane amount of farm lead that he has. But the Lord is coming up in another 35 seconds, which means the Team Megatron should be looking to back up. But Obsidia dealing quite some amount of damage there. Will be missing out on the ultimate, and that's going to be a safe left to final blow escape coming in from Sid.
I'll say, like, if the Gushin gonna mark out this Obsidia, it's over. It's over for the side of SLF, because he's the only damage dealer I find at this point who is really giving a lot of damage, other than the Leo mode as well. But look at the Rani's movement inside the tower here. She went in, give a little bit of poke, comes back out of energy, will go back into the base, will grab up some energy. Gushin will do a little bit of nuisance act, I will say, because you cannot take down someone inside a inhibitor. That's to when 5 men are present. Obviously, like, you're throwing some gold into the side of SLF at this point. Electro final blow going to finish the game of the Xavier. Now can he come back? Can he come back? No, he can't. Shutdown happen onto her, giving out a lot of bounties to the hand of SLF at this point, and will be equalize the gold a little bit.
But even a little bit is still very, very far away, because Megatron is still leading with 7,000 gold into their hands. They need to just, try not to go in for those risky plays under the tower, because right now the Obsidia has the Trinity, is making on to the Malefic gun. It's only the Xavier who's on 10 deaths, unfortunately, against this kind of draft. Oh my god. But he's also dealing some damage, because he is getting that 5th item, and the 5th item means that Xavier will be hurting by a lot, like a lot. So definitely here Megatron needs to play it out a little safe, just target down quite possibly the Lord, and just target down onto those neutral objectives, focus onto the inhibitors like they did for the bottom lane, and that's going to be an easy win for them if they just hold it up. But SLF, if they can make some miracle play, which I don't think they can with the amount of burst that Megatron just showed onto that Xavier. Like, he stepped 1 foot out the inhibitor and he got taken down. That's just the amount of farm right here. But look at the Raging Sandstorm along with the Electo final blow. 2 down from the side of SLF. 3 on the way to be taken down. The Super M goes down instead. Hylos will be falling prey to all that damage, but Sid still trying to melt people down. There's no wave clear available for the side of SLF right now, and the members of Megatron are actively targeting down the base. Sid gets taken down, the Leomord is still alive. Judas trying to deal some amount of damage. Judas dodges it, dodges the Dawning Light too. And now he's gotta run. But an amazing Winter Trunkin play is not going to be helping him survive as he finally falls down into the hands of Zephyr.
That was a poke. They got 2 info about it. Like the Aegis got used, the Revitalize got used, and then suddenly they charged in. But the amount of damage given by the Leo mode was insane at that point as well. He managed to take out the Gusion. He managed to take out the that Benedetta as well. But in the end, we saw a little bit of spike for SLF at this moment. They went for the Lord here. Judas is not available, so it might be a retribution play for SLF. If they will have the retribution right onto the mark, then they might gonna grab up. But look at that kill onto the Xbox. The Raising Sandstorm used for the defense at this moment. The Electro Final Blow coming as well. An eye for an eye. They need to take out the Leo. They've already popped up. The Hylos with a glorious path when Leo falls down. Lord been taken out by Megatron with the Hylos going down as well. It's the end for the side of Megatron because it's just Xavier who will not gonna survive as well. Oh no. He survived. He survived somehow. But now they can defend the base with all those minions coming in. I don't think so.
Oh my god. What looked like it could be defended for just a moment wasn't possible because they were all enhanced minions, and they absolutely ravaged the base once they got in. And that too, they were 3 cannon enhanced minions, so definitely a lot of damage. But Sid definitely deserving of that MVP, definitely marked out. Sorry. okay, Malcolm, we see you. But let's just say that Sid deserves that MVP because the fact of the way he targeted down the Firaga armor and the Xavier in every single team fight, and also took down the towers. He was the only one who was targeting down the inhibitor and the base towards the last few fights, while the rest of them were kind of, having their own fun with the Fanny Legend skin and the Minato skin onto the Gushin. So no pointers, of course. They played amazing. They bursted down the Xavier every single time, and poor Xavier will definitely not be picking that hero anymore, at least into this high stage of a tournament. But that's that. Ash, what are your words?
I mean, in the end, it's Megatron Esports. Like someone in the comments says, you need the Optimus Prime to defeat the Megatron. It's like that because this Megatron is invincible. With a 4 assassin kind of drop, they're winning the game. So obviously, like, they are unstoppable at this point. They might be the winner of MZU Virthli. Who knows? But for now, the round of 16 is over. We have the wildcards on 30th. Tomorrow is a holiday, guys. It's Sunday, so obviously we will have matches, but it will be off stream. So you guys come back on 30th at the same time to watch out who will be those wildcards team who will be joining with the top 8 teams. We already have the top 8. We need the wildcards to come forward as well. So let's see, guys, what will be happening. Till then, it's your boy STZ with Tara signing out from MZU Virthli 2026 Fest. We'll be coming back day after tomorrow. Till then, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Good night, everyone. Sabakir.